In this lesson, we're going to cover Qtrees and quotas. Qtrees can be used to partition our volumes into smaller segments. And if you do create a Qtree, it will show up as a directory in the volume to any clients who are accessing that volume. The main use of Qtrees is to configure and manage our quotas. That's why they're called Qtrees. Quotas can be configured at either the volume or at the Qtree level, but Qtrees are more granular. If you want to configure quotas on a lot of folders, you probably don't want to create a separate volume for each of them. Snapshots, deduplication, and replication are configured at the volume level. It's easier and it's more efficient to have multiple Qtrees within your volumes to manage your quotas. The security style and Swift's oplock settings can also be configured at the Qtree level. Security style, Unix or NTFS, we'll cover that later when we get to the NAS section. Swift's opportunistic locks, this is for client-side caching. You're probably going to have that enabled at the volume level. But if you've got an application that is not compatible with Swift's oplocks, what you can do is you can create a Qtree in that volume, and at the Qtree level, you can disable Swift's oplocks. It saves you having to have a dedicated volume for that particular application. Quotas provide a way to track and or restrict the disk space and number of files used by a user, a group, or at the Qtree level itself. Soft quotas send a notification to the storage administrator when specified thresholds are exceeded. So soft quotas used for a warning only. Hard quotas prevent a write operation from succeeding when specified thresholds are exceeded. So hard quotas actually enforce the limit. Soft and hard quotas can be used independently, or you can use them in combination with each other to get a warning first and then to actually set the hard limit later on. Quota notifications are used to give you, the storage administrator, a warning when we've reached a capacity threshold. They're sent to the event management system, so they'll show up in the logs. They're also configured as SNMP traps. They're sent when a user tries to write data that would exceed the hard quota limit, or when a soft quota is exceeded, or when a soft quota is no longer exceeded when we've come back within that limit again.